Hello, my name is Marcel. I'm from Switzerland and I am now 39 years old and I am a returning student to the Maling Academy. I first came here 10 years ago and at that time that was the long anticipated fulfillment of my childhood dream of coming to China and train Shaolin Kung Fu. I started doing martial arts when I was about 9 years old, and ever since I was a kid, I admired, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. Those were my childhood heroes, and I knew back then already. One day, I want to go there and do this also. And it was in 2014 when I first came here, and yeah, that dream finally came true. Throughout my time here, I had several different teachers or masters, and all of them had their own very unique style of teaching and doing things. The headmaster, Master Bao, is by far the best I've had, even though I was not always taught by him. But he is a very gentle and patient person, and he can explain things very well. When you see him doing Kung Fu, when he demonstrates things, or when you see him practice, you can really tell how much effort he put into his training. When he's teaching, you can really tell he is very happy to teach and to pass on his knowledge and to instruct Kung Fu to other people. You can really tell that is his passion, and that is very great to see. Therefore, I am very grateful to have had the chance to be his student, even though not for the entire time, but for a lot of time I spent here. Another teacher I had during my time here was Master Tang, and he took a much more strict and sort of kind of military style approach to his training, which is good. It's just very different. He just tried to push his students to the best of their abilities. And I had a great time with him as well. In the end, every teacher I've had at this school was good in his own way. They just have their own way and their own fashion of doing things. But there's very little negative things about the teachings here that I could say about. So coming here from a background of mostly kickboxing styles, such as karate, taekwondo, kickboxing, and Muay Thai, the Kung Fu experience was very different and totally not what I expected. And even though I struggled with it at the time to adapt to it, once you get the hang of it, it's it just takes some amount of time for your body to adjust to this completely different way of movement. One thing I really appreciate is that I learned a lot about conditioning. So the Qigong, the breathing part of that, but also the actual physical conditioning. And in this regard, I was not disappointed. In fact, my expectations were even exceeded. And this is what I now think is what a large part of Kung Fu is really about, is to steel your body, to harden yourself as much as you can. That is, of course, not all there is to it, but to me, that's the core part, and that's the core spirit. As the word Kung Fu in Chinese translates to put in the hard work or put in a lot of effort, and that applies to everything, not just the conditioning, but this is the one where I improved and learned the most. And the second part is that I've also never done Sanda before, or Chinese kickboxing, and it has some similarities with other styles. However, sweeps and takedowns and just the way it is fought is much rougher and more aggressive. And because of those takedowns, it's very applicable also if you want to transition into MMA, for example. It's not exactly that. Like there's no ground fighting or anything, but there's takedowns and sweeps. And a lot of stand up fighters struggle with that. And in any case, it helped me personally a lot. And I really loved integrating that into my own personal fighting style. Another part of training that is quite demanding is acrobatics, which is a ton of fun to do. I loved it, but it's also physically quite demanding. And another one is also the Shaolin Basics class, which is a full body workout that contains almost everything from strength to speed to balance to coordination and breathing also, which is really good. I really liked it. It helped me a lot. Another big emphasis of the training here is forms, which is not my personal favorite. However, it's just part of the training here, and you can still benefit from it. It's a good physical workout. You will practice coordination and your stamina, of course. Of course, you can come here as a total beginner with no experience at all. However, if you want to get the most out of your training here and your time here, I suggest you come prepared. At least get fit a little bit before you come here. It can only help you. Another part I really like about this place is that you're really in the middle of nowhere. It's really quiet. It's a very rural area. However, you can take a bus ride of roughly 40 minutes and you're in the city. You can do your groceries there. There's everything you need. But while being at the school here, you can really focus on your training. There's no distractions whatsoever to disturb or interfere with that. As I mentioned, I am a returning student. I stayed here in total 2.5 years almost. I did 2 full years, and on my third turn, I did a couple of months. And here behind me is the gate you come through. The very first time I came here, this wasn't even here. So it makes me really happy to see how this place has changed and how it has improved. The very first time there was almost nothing here, no garden, no trees, just the main building and the beginning of the walls around. And now it looks so much better. Now there is a garden, there's so many trees. This place looks absolutely beautiful, and it makes me very happy to see that. Makes me very happy for the headmaster as well to see what he has achieved and accomplished with the school over this quite big time gap of 10 years since we first met. If you are thinking about or doubting about whether you should come here or not, the only thing I can say is do it. It's going to be a great experience no matter what your level is, no matter how old you are. You are gonna have a great time. It's gonna be tough. There is gonna be a time where you gonna doubt yourself, where you're gonna think, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't continue. But that is part of the point of the training is to push through that, mindset of no, I can't do this, and go beyond that. And once you realize, hey, I can do this, it really helps you. It really shows you that you can do so much more and you can break through those limitations you set for yourself. And that is a great thing. And that can not only help you with your Kung Fu or with your martial arts, but in life in general. And it's certainly an experience that you will remember a lifetime and you will not regret it. I can guarantee as much. In conclusion, I can say the training here has helped me a lot, both improving on myself personally and also improving during my fighting skills as a martial artist. And this place will always have a very special place in my heart. And every time I returned, I was happy to do so.